Hey guys, so I've came across a few news stories over the last few days I wanted to talk about with you guys, and rather than doing lots of different videos, I thought I would do it all in one delightful video. So I've got here 4 different news stories. The first one here is about Ethereum, and there was a proposal they're pushing forward, the Ethereum improvement proposal, on Friday, April 20th, and it's all about tackling this Bitmain Antminer problem and moving from a proof of work system to proof of stake. This is something that they've discussed for a long time. In fact, they even say that in the proposal, transitioning the Ethereum network from proof of work to proof of stake has been on the roadmap and in the yellow paper since the launch of the protocol. It is something they always talked about doing this with Ethereum. It doesn't look like there's anything agreed upon yet, but they are discussing it, and I suspect we will see some moves with this over the next year. It's just the way it's going to go, make the network more secure and stop centralization from the Bitmain bad guys. Next one, Nasdaq is open to. I thought I said is becoming. Nasdaq is open to becoming cryptocurrency exchange. CEO says once the regulation is smoothed out and the space matures, Nasdaq could consider becoming a digital currency exchange. Certainly, Nasdaq would consider becoming a crypto exchange over time. Now, we see a lot of these kind of stories coming from Wall Street. You know, every so often we see them coming out. And it's quite interesting because over the last couple of years, you've seen all these CEOs. They've all saying, you know, Bitcoin is a scam. It's all a scam. And, you know, you're gambling with your money and we would never get involved in cryptocurrency. But slowly over time, you know, the facts have been coming out, and you know there's been a lot of news stories about a lot of these important guys, these financial institutions. They're saying that Bitcoin is bad on the one hand, whilst you know, in the back end they're investing in cryptocurrency and building exchanges and doing all these other things behind the scenes. Oh, you know, it always came across to me like they were delaying it, just, you know, to try and delay adoption. But they're becoming a little bit more bullish about it, a little bit more open about it. You know, this is what's going to happen eventually. These big guys want a slice of the pie, and there's a lot of money in running an exchange, and these guys obviously know how to do that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't think this is something that's going to happen soon or anything like that, but we are starting to see a lot of banks and institutions starting to be a little bit more transparent, a little bit more open about cryptocurrency. It's going to, you know, I think we're going to see this more and more over the next year. The next one, Bravado Group and several other major crypto influencers caught planning massive pump and dump schemes. So this has been doing the rounds on Twitter. A lot of people have been discussing it. And it's about, I mean, I'm not aware of who these people are. It shows you how much I know. But I was invited into Bravado Group by Crypto Gag around the end of March. So basically this guy's took lots of screenshots about these people, and you know, they're big influencers on Twitter, and there's lots of discussions about it. You know, I'm not going to bore you with all the screenshots because it'll be here forever. Right. From the post, however, I don't think much needs to be said. But essentially, all these people are being caught trying to pump and dump coins and kind of manipulate the market. And obviously, these guys have got a lot of influence in the market. My Twitter, I'm not here to hide it at all. Great freaking work, brother. Good man, good job, man. And yes, this is illegal. See the official statement from the CFTC. So, there's a lot of people here, and you can see that they're all discussing this, and it's kind of worrying though, that this still goes on, but it does go on. It happens a lot, and kudos to this guy for actually outing them out, you know, for this. So there's a lot of major influencers that have been caught in this, and they've been caught manipulating people, and it's a shame, you know. I mean, I've said this a lot. I mean, I get called a shill anytime I say something positive, and I get called, I get accused of promoting fear whenever I say something bad. But clearly there are people using their influence for bad, for evil, rather than good. And yeah, I think we need more people like this that, you know, to try and catch these people out and show the world what they're doing, because it will hurt their reputation, and rightfully so, because they're abusing their reputation. They're hurting their integrity. They're abusing their integrity. They're taking advantage of their followers. So yeah, read through that if you want to know more about that. But the general consensus, the general story there is that yes, more people have been caught shilling coins. Disgusting. Okay, finally, this guy pops up every few years in the news. I'm sure you guys have seen this story before. This guy lost his hard drive in a landfill and he had a lot of Bitcoin in it. A lot of Bitcoin. And it's now worth 80 million pounds. I was going to say thousand. 80 million pounds. It was dumped in 2013, and now he's still looking to dig it out. And you know, before the job of actually, you know, doing all that and trying to dig through it all would have been very expensive. But the fact that the value of Bitcoin has increased so much, and the fact this guy's got 7,500 Bitcoins, he's looking at doing this still. I've seen this story come up time and time again. He's actually been invited to conferences to talk about it. So yeah, I think that's the main thing here. You know, if you take anything from the story, it's not the fact that he lost his wallet. He says, I regret giving up mining at the start of all of this, because when this happened in 2013, he could have just kept mining, and he would be a multi-millionaire by now. But I think this experience served him. I can relate in some way, because I look back and regret when I was there in 2010, 2011. I was trying to mine it, and then I didn't do it, and then I was going to buy coins, and then I didn't do it. So I can relate in some way. This guy is potentially a very rich man, but I don't know how it works as far as ownership goes, you know, because if someone else got there first, I don't know how the law stands on all that. But you know what? I hope the guy gets it. I really do hope the guy gets the money. Good luck to him. Good luck to him. So yeah, that was 4 unrelated news stories, all related to cryptocurrency, of course. I'll leave links to these articles so you can check them out yourself. But you know, there's one thing about cryptocurrency: it never gets boring. There's crazy news stories every day. You know, as far as Ethereum moving forward, you know, you've obviously got Ethereum moving forward with proof of stake. This guy's trying to get his money back. Nasdaq, you know, a little bit more transparent about maybe opening exchange in the future. But I think the biggest news story here for me is the fact that there's a lot of big influencers who are working together to pump and dump coins, and that's really bad to see, because it being selfish, you know, this kind of thing reflects badly on anyone who's like influential on YouTube or Twitter or Reddit or whatever. Sometimes, you know, just because you've got a voice online, you get thrown in with these a-holes who are doing this kind of thing, and it reflects badly on a lot of people. So yeah, kudos to Crypto Medication for calling these guys out. I think we need more than that. I think we need more people to do that, to call people out that are doing this and manipulating the market. So many thanks, guys. As always, leave a comment below, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care.